Sometimes Forex trading is a wild and woolly place to be. That's why Hugh's here, to pose your questions to Walter, the naked Forex guy. Hugh's got questions, and Walter's got the answers. Here at the Truth About FX podcast.
Hey, Walter, here's a question that somebody wrote in with recently. What are the pros and cons of Forex trading?
Well, that's the big picture view, isn't it? I mean, it sounds like someone's getting into trading for the first time. So in a lot of ways, I have to say, it's probably not the best place to start trading. And that might be kind of weird to hear that, but I actually think that share trading, or stock trading as they call it in different countries, I think that's easier to trade. I think because most stock traders are just buying, they're not selling, that immediately removes half the, that makes the decision twice as easy.
The complications.
Yeah. And they tend to go up, like most stocks tend to go up in a rising market. So if the market's really strong, if the Dow is strong, or the NASDAQ or whatever, the FTSE, then, a lot of stocks will tend to follow. It's not always the case, but it's kind of like Forex trading with training wheels, because you only want to buy typically. It's kind of easy if the market's really bullish to ride that trend and take a bite out of it. So to me, I would say the pros of Forex trading is that you have leverage, which can, of course, burn you. Leverage is like fire. It can cook your food or it can burn your house down. You've got to be really careful on how you use it. So you can move a small account to a large amount of money rather quickly with Forex trading because of the leverage. You can also blow up your account and owe your broker money quickly because of the leverage. So the pros is that you have more leverage typically than you're going to get in stock trading or share trading. But share trading is easier because it's usually just the question is, where do I buy and where do I put my stop loss? I mean, that's usually the question. Whereas with Forex, it's, do I buy or do I sell, and where do I put my stop loss? And so it's, and of course, how am I going to take profit and all that comes into it as well, and that's really critical. But I would say that the pros of Forex trading are that you can trade it at any time, although that's kind of a little bit overblown because it's difficult to make money during the Asian session unless you're trading lower time frames and you're doing some sort of mean reversion trading, which I don't do. Then I suppose you could. So Forex trading, it's good that way. The other thing that's nice about it is the charts are really clean. I was talking to a buddy about this the other day. He was asking me about trading, and I said, he's a businessman, and I said, he was saying, are you making money? Because again, as we record this, there was recently in the news, United Airlines was going through a lot of stuff, and they were worried about how they were treating passengers and stuff. And he's like, oh, are you making money on United Airlines? I'm like, no, man, I don't even trade stocks. Like, I hate those charts. The charts are ugly. If you look at stock charts, they're really gappy. They kind of move around, and they're choppy. Whereas these Forex charts are these beautiful movements that are really clean and crisp, and there are very few gaps. They're very predictable when you're going to see them, and not so much with shares. So I don't really like the idea of trading a chart that can get out of hand and go really far away from me. Of course, it can happen. It does happen in Forex, but I look at share charts and I see a lot of gaps, and they're not very pretty. I like the fact that Forex is accessible to anyone, that you can start with a small amount, and that's not necessarily the case with a stock trading account. You got to trade penny stocks which are a completely different animal all their own. So I would say the fact that you can start with a really small amount and kind of get your feet wet is great. The fact that you can trade at night after your job or whatever is probably, depending on where you are, that's pretty good too. And the fact that the charts are, if you're into technical analysis, the charts are great for technical analysis. I mean, Forex charts are beautiful compared to futures and stocks. Forex charts are just beautiful for technical analysis because they're so smooth, because they go through all the prices. It's so great. You don't get that choppiness. So, but of course the cons are that people often don't make money trading because they have to decide whether to buy or sell, and they use the leverage I was gonna make some funny remark about a monkey, like a monkey and what would a monkey really like? What would a monkey, bananas? What else do they like?
Yeah, I guess so. I don't know.
So like a monkey in a banana warehouse, a monkey goes crazy in the banana warehouse. That's what, that's what these people do when they get into Forex. They're gamblers basically. And it's just another, like they've clicked over from roulette and now they're into like Forex. online roulette or online poker. Now they're playing Forex. That's
500 to 1.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, don't bet on the euro. You can always tell what kind of person they're looking for when the brokers put that ad out there that says bet on the euro. They know who they're looking for. They're looking for the gambler. So yeah, so that's what I would say. Really, if you want to get into trading, probably the best place to start is with share trading, and you can probably find a demo account or something to do that with share trading. In fact, I'll put a link in the show notes for you if you're looking for that. That's probably the best place to start, and then slowly work your way into Forex. But it's really good for technical trading. It's really nice that way. But those are my thoughts anyway. Do you have any thoughts on that? What do you think about Forex in general?
I actually thought it was an easier market to start with, but when I think about it, I think you're right. Like when you trade shares, there's a tangible company, there's a profit and loss with the company, and I guess it's easier to comprehend. So I guess it would be a better place to start. But like you said, I totally agree with all the pros and cons, and it's just another trading market, right?
Yeah, it's tricky. I mean, it depends on how you wrap your head around it. People feel like they need to know a lot about Forex, like which news reports do I need to, because they're approaching it from like a share point of view, and that's not necessarily useful. So yeah, like they feel like if I'm going to buy stock in, Tesla, then I need to know all about Tesla, when's their new car coming out and this and that. And they feel like they needed the same approach with Forex. They go, well, I'm going to buy the euro. I need to know what's going on with, the countries, which ones are going bankrupt, and is the UK going to pull out of the the European Union? And they feel like they need to know all these things. I don't agree with that belief. I believe that you just need to know what the chart's doing. But that's because I'm a really pure technical trader, and that's not going to jive with everyone. But yeah, so. Yeah, it's a tricky thing, but I think you need to do it in stages. Even if you don't go into share trading first, you might go and demo. Even if you could demo in share trading or demo in a Forex and just kind of work your way through that. Forex Tester, we can put a link there for you. That's a great place to start in terms of like trading in a simulator. All of that stuff is really cool to get used to it, but at the end of the day, you have more decisions to make when you're trading Forex. So I think it's a little trickier. It's something that can be really rewarding if you're disciplined in your approach, but can also be super frustrating. So
yeah, for sure.
Hopefully that helps.
Yeah, thanks, Walter. That's awesome.